Welcome to episode number 15 of Central Intelligence Cinema. This week we've got a brand new intel report for you, and hopefully the audio isn't too noticeable. We did have some internet issues, but we powered through. Anyway, take it away, Pierce.
Beg your pardon, forgot to knock.
Welcome to the CIC, initiating security clearance.
My name is Napoleon Solo.
Bond. James Bond.
Ethan Hunt.
Felix Leiter.
Courier.
Identity confirmed.
Now, pay attention, 007.
Welcome to Central Intelligence Cinema, a podcast dedicated to spy movies and secret agent pop culture.
Your mission, should you decide to accept it.
Remember, nothing ever goes according to plan.
Tom, what do you think you're doing?
Even the British hand sir. You expect me to talk?
Yeah, baby!
Coming to you from an undisclosed location where they actually show movies on their original release dates, it's the Central Intelligence Cinema Podcast. I'm Jason Greenberg, and with me, as always, is Ben Esslinger.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Central Intelligence Cinema. Sorry for the delay, but we're back, giving you some fresh cut intel.
Not fresh beats?
Not fresh meats. That's Luther.
No fresh beats. Are we dropping down the fresh beats?
Oh no, we have no fresh beats here. Well, not yet, anyway.
Well, thank God we won't have to make any borscht.
We do have a new banner on our Facebook page.
We do,
and
it's
pretty bright and shiny.
It's pretty spiffy.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of that one, actually.
I'm liking it.
Yeah. Anyway, should we get into the all what's happening?
Yep, let's do some intel.
Yes.
Looking for a news story?
Impress me.
Transmitting CIC Intel dossier.
They'll print anything these days.
Alrighty, getting into some intel, just for the record, although we may redact it later. Today is April 14th. It's a Wednesday. So I'm going to start off with something that seems somewhat promising, at least. I just saw the trailer for this. It's called Spy City. It's a brand new 6-part series that begins this week on AMC Plus, which stars Dominic Cooper, who was in the Fleming TV miniseries. I don't know if you ever saw that. Mm-hmm. Although I got to be honest, somebody brought that up on Facebook today. And they just trashed it.
Oh,
I actually kind of enjoyed that series, but I mean, a lot of people did not. A lot of Bond fans didn't. Maybe they were, they felt like they didn't capture the essence of Fleming, or somebody mentioned that they thought Dominic Cooper was a bad actor. I didn't. I actually thought it was kind of fun. Anyway.
I don't know. He's the best Howard Stark I can think of.
Hey, there you go. I mean, yeah, he's good in Agent Carter. He was in Preacher.
He was fabulous in Preacher.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I'd watch this if I didn't have to pay $8.99 a month to stream it. Yeah, that's the only bad part about it. But he stars as Fielding Scott, an English spy who is sent to Berlin in 1961 to sift out a traitor in the UK embassy or among the Allies, shortly before the construction of the Berlin Wall. So it's kind of a historical thing, but
yeah.
Which actually I'm all for. I'm down for that.
Yeah, so. And having watched the trailer myself, there's a fight scene in a dirty bathroom. So,
hey,
I'm always up for them dirty bathroom fights. They're my favorite.
Everybody knows Jason loves a fight in a bathroom to make him feel nice and icky.
Hell yeah.
And there really is one in every spy. It's really not a spy movie unless there's a bathroom fight somewhere. There's one in Mission. There's at least one in Bond. There's one in
Man from Uncle,
True Lies. The list just goes on and on.
It's almost as much of a trope.
Movie.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, it's almost as much of a trope as a knock list, and we all know how much I like lists. So it just goes right into it. But it looks good. I'm kind of with you. I feel like if you want to launch a little app with your stuff on it, that's fine.
Yeah.
but some of us can't cut the cable tie
Yeah,
and keep the internet to watch these things.
Yeah, it's like if I cut cable, then how would I'm really not sure at this point how I'd be able to watch live sports.
Right.
Reliably. I should mention
Exactly.
I should mention reliably, because sometimes trying to stream a game on an app, I am aware that you can stream live events on an app.
Right.
But the results are sometimes good, and sometimes it looks like you're watching something that's been rendered down and rendered down and rendered down. It's just big giant pixels on a screen, and you have no idea what's going on whatsoever.
It's Temco Bowl soccer all of a sudden from Super NES or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's funny. So you get like Fox. Fox does it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
All right. FX, rather, I should say FX, not Fox, but FX and FXX.
Mm-hmm.
They'll play the stuff on a Sunday and then post it to Hulu and their own website site on Monday.
Right.
So you have the option of watching the show on TV, or if you're not a TV person, you can stream it on the app. And I realized that the whole point is to get people to not be on the TV,
right,
and to be on the app, because they're making money directly that way. But, $8.99 seems like a tall order.
It is for AMC Plus. I mean, I understand that they've got this show, they've got The Walking Dead, they've got a lot of movies or whatever, but still, and I just, the other thing is too, I mean, I probably should have looked into this, but I don't know if those movies, whatever movies they show on AMC Plus, do they have commercials in it? Have they been edited for television?
Right.
Did they take all the curse words out? Like,
exactly. It's
like,
the equivalent of getting Hulu. Hulu at $7.99, you still have to deal with commercials. And right. I don't pay the $13 to not get commercials, but they're not invasive. They do them at the right place. When you watch movies, you don't get the commercials unless it's a really long movie. They'll hit one somewhere halfway through.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like all AMC Plus is just their normal programming that you can stream on a TV, or on your phone rather, which I could do through my cable also, by the way. So if your goal is to not have to deal with Xfinity anymore, you're kind of going the wrong way.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I know that right now you can do like a 7-day thing, but that means I'm only going to get to see one of those things.
Or we wait until it's done. We both get the 7-day trial. We watch the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And then,
and you just binge it.
Right.
But speaking of historical spy movies, you went and saw The Courier. So how was that?
It was a historical spy drama. So, got what I went in there for.
Yeah.
It actually takes place around the same time, actually the exact same time as Spy City, although not in Berlin. But it details more or less the English recruiting a Russian GRU colonel named Oleg Penkovsky, who turns out was like the biggest catch that the Western spy services were able to get out of Russia ever. I mean, he was feeding him full of he was feeding him information on how bad the missiles the Soviets actually had were, where they were going in Cuba. I mean, he was feeding him information all the way through the Cuban Missile Crisis, which is what allowed Kennedy to basically say, well, you can all go fuck yourselves. We know you can't get here, and we're just going to sit here and give you the finger. So it kind of outlines how this he was basically, he was recruited. They sent him into there. He made contact with them. According to Hollywood, they became friends, but it's Hollywood. So, not even Hollywood, but it's movies.
Right.
And, it kind of outlines that whole period of time when this was happening and what the events are without giving away too much. But solid acting from everybody in the movie. Mm-hmm. Benedict Cumberbatch did an amazing job of not being Benedict Cumberbatch, which is always an accomplishment for him because sometimes it's hard for him to get out of his own way.
He can get a little bit Cumberbatchy. Yeah. I can see that.
Sometimes he's
a little too smarty almost.
Yeah, too Sherlocky is what I like to say.
Yeah.
But he came off as believable as being a businessman who was sort of in over his head. The lady that plays his wife, the actress who plays his wife, she was just in that last season of Fargo.
Okay.
She was the nurse that that was killing people. Spoiler alert for Fargo. Sorry.
Is that a Rachel Brosnahan?
No, that's Mrs. Maisel.
Oh, okay.
Rachel Brosnahan. But yes, she's in it too. She's the CIA liaison, as it were. But the beauty of this movie is, if you look at the people that are in the film, there's about 4 people that you recognize, and everybody else is Russian or German looking or Russian looking or actually Russian. I mean,
well, that helps.
Well, the thing, yeah, that's it.
Good casting.
Yes, exactly. Everybody in Russia was Russian. They weren't people that you go, oh, that guy's not Russian. So you got kind of immersed into it because you felt like you were in Soviet Russia at that point, because nobody was just out there like, some sort of shining starlet that they polished down a little and put a babushka around her head or anything like that. So overall, it was very entertaining, well-paced.
Nice.
And educational on a certain level, certainly good for, the younger folks that don't have any idea what that was all about. It's kind of a good intro into the whole Cuban Missile Crisis from the other end of it. But again, not a large turnout at the theater.
How many people you'd say?
Well, including my wife and I would say maybe 20 people total.
Well, if it's still magically in the theaters in 2 weeks, I'm going to go.
Absolutely.
Because I got my second microchip and
nicely done.
I'm ready to rock real soon here.
Yeah, I will tell you, it's was not available to watch at the local Alamo Draft House. Check out the Alamo Draft House, folks. You'll love it. I'm not sure if it was one of those weird AMC theater deals. I know they made some weird deals with some of the studios.
Right.
So that could be what that was all about. So we ended up going and see it at AMC theater, which I don't know, that just, you see this gigantic theater and half of it's closed down because there's signs saying, please stay away and 6 feet apart. And
right.
vibe.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Yep.
Hopefully I can catch it before it disappears for whatever that in-between zone is where you can't watch it anywhere.
Well, I'm sure that one will probably end up on VOD within a week or two of it going out of the theaters.
Yeah.
And I would say, if you can get it a VOD for $8 to $10, do it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
if
hell yeah.
They want 30 for it? No, wait till it comes to Redbox for $1.
So that kind of takes care of the good. Well, we've got one. I saved one nugget of good news for the end because you gotta kick it, gotta end it on a good note. But now we got to get into the shit, man, which of course is delays. We've got more delays as usual. But the big news this past week is that the 2 big Tom Cruise vehicles have both moved, with Top Gun Maverick taking the release date of November 19th from Mission Impossible 7. Mission Impossible 7 moving to May 27th of 2022, Memorial Day weekend, which is A, absurd, and B, it's also absurd because it pits it directly against John Wick 4.
For now.
But I mean, honestly, who knows? Who knows if any of these dates are going to stick for anything at this point?
I told you, I think the last Intel report we did, people are going to start backpedaling. Once people start going into theaters, they're going to be like, we want to pull this ahead now. And the theaters will be like, we can't.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and the other thing is I'm kind of wondering if we're going to see even more delays now. The fact that, I don't know if it's a Tom Cruise thing or if it's a Paramount thing that pushed everything. And if Paramount is, because it sounds like, so the story that I got all this from was in Deadline, and they sort of implied that Paramount was going to make some more moves. And so it's just sort of like, ugh. But that story also sort of implied that Black Widow's move was kind of the first mover that created this theatrical release logjam. Although I kind of think it's safe to say the pandemic did this.
For sure.
But
I don't know.
Yeah.
From my standpoint, Top Gun is a summer movie. Mission Impossible is a holiday movie.
Right.
You know, and maybe that's just because of my programming, because the original Top Gun came out in the summer.
Right.
But you don't play beach ball at Christmas. Nobody, or volleyball. Nobody plays volleyball at Christmas. Even in Southern California, they don't.
Right.
So I don't know, but it's so weird now how this is kind of dividing with the platforms that can stick it on their platform and the ones that don't have the ability to do that or won't commit to doing that.
Right.
Well, Paramount could do it. They got Paramount Plus now.
Right. And does Paramount Plus have the way that Disney Plus has the $30 get it same day as the release? I wonder if Paramount Plus is going to implement something like that if more delays happen.
Yeah,
or if they're just going to start doing simultaneous releases in both the theaters and on Paramount Plus. Obviously, on Paramount Plus, it would be for $30, and then whatever per person it is in the theaters. My other thing that I'm wondering about now is this going to influence No Time to Die? Which I don't know. I mean, that's still set for September 30th in the UK and October 8th here in the States.
I think that one's still going to fly. I really have a feeling because MGM has nowhere else to put it if they want to keep all the money to themselves.
Well, and they're just bleeding out money right now, paying interest on all those loans, all that debt that they're carrying right now. I just can't imagine they're going to want to hold out much longer. Like
short of selling out to somebody else, they got to release that movie.
Yeah, I have a hard time believing that one's going to move. I mean, I've seen a lot of stuff on Twitter, a lot of prominent people on Twitter saying that, it's probably going to move as well. But I mean, we'll see. I mean, COVID variants aside and all that it's like, who fucking knows?
Yeah. You might as well try and predict the lottery numbers. You're going to have about as much success.
Right. Oh, hey, that reminds me. Speaking of lottery.
You won the lottery?
I did not. I did not. Okay, well, technically I won $20 in the lottery because I found most recently at my local grocery store in an undisclosed location, I found the 007 scratch tickets.
Sure.
So that was kind of fun. That was my little fun moment of Bond this week. I actually found those when I went grocery. Actually, I didn't even find them. My wife found them. I was busy pushing the cart and she's like, "Oh, look." And I'm like, "Oh my God."
Yeah. I got one of those scratch tickets a few months back. I didn't win anything. Screw you, James Bond. I bet you if I got the Mission Impossible one, I would have won.
Oh, I broke even.
I only ever break even on scratch tickets. So I don't even know why I bother anymore.
So as it stands now, aside from the things that we've already mentioned, we are getting Black Widow on July 9th, supposedly, allegedly, and The Kingsman on August 20th. So, and then, of course, No Time to Die on August 8th here in the States. So we'll see if those hold. Hopefully they do. I mean, I got to think at this point, Black Widow's going to hold because they're going to simultaneous release it.
That's happening.
And The Kingsman is far enough down, the calendar and it's way too close to my birthday for them to jack that one up, man. I mean,
that never happens.
They're going to hear from me. Otherwise.
Sure. Well, you know what the thing about Kingsman is it's just a new enough thing that there's not a huge amount of anticipation for it.
Right.
Right. And it's not even a sequel to Kingsman.
It's a prequel. So.
Right. So it's a whole different ball game with that. So I feel like that one is a safe bet to still come out when it's supposed to come out because it's kind of a high dollar thing for them, but it's not a high profile one for them.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't quite know what to make of it since it is a prequel and it's sort of the formation of the intelligence service.
Right.
And you've got half historical figure, isn't Genghis Khan in it or something like that?
I don't remember.
Or not Genghis Khan. There's some other Mongolian conqueror type character in there. I forget what his name is, but they've done that thing where they bring in actual historical characters into fiction. So anyway, it's so far tangent from the other Kingsman movies that I don't think there's the same level of hype or, like you said, anticipation. Yeah.
So like I said, I think we'll see that one show up for what it's worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in Bond news, can't have an Intel report without some Bond news. So this was sort of a funny thing that happened this week that you actually kind of alerted me to. So in Bond news, Dan Jack recently filed for a trademark renewal of the electronic gaming rights to GoldenEye 007. And subsequently, NerdBot went with the story asking out loud whether this means they intend to finally do a remastered version of the Nintendo 64 Classic. So that seemed really hopeful at first.
Mm-hmm.
However, after a bit of chat with the fellows over at MI6HQ over Twitter, it was made known to me that in August of last year, MGM and Dan Jack had sent a cease and desist order to a fan base group that was trying to recreate the game, and that this new trademark renewal is probably just Dan Jack simply covering their asses legally to help them finalize shutting down that project. So my hopes got kindled for a second, but much like all my other hopes during this pandemic, this too was killed dead.
Well, so two things I have to say about that. First of all, every time you say Dan Jack, it makes me think of that episode Wolf in the Fold from Star Trek, the original series with Red Jack. You know, Red Jack, Red Jack, Red Jack! Dan Jack, Dan Jack, Dan Jack! Ask your grandfather, kids, because I'm one and I wasn't even around then. So anyway, and the other thing is I don't think anybody is screaming for a brand new version of GoldenEye. I think I think isn't the charm of this game the fact that it is the game that it is?
There might be some truth to that. I do know that on Twitter right now, I forget which Twitter account started it, but they're doing this whole like GoldenEye anniversary, like month long. And they're talking about the game.
Okay.
And a lot of people, there's a lot of love for that game on Twitter right now.
Sure.
I mean, I don't know. Now, the problem is that us Bond fans, we kind of live in this bubble and we think we're much bigger than we really are. And whether the population at large feels the same way that us Bond fans do about GoldenEye 007. And that really is going to determine whether or not there would be that much demand for a renewed or an HD version, the way that like Tony Hawk recently went.
Right. Or, a good example, I think, is Halo Combat Evolved when they did the 10th anniversary version and they upscaled all the graphics so you could play it on 360 and then eventually on Xbox One.
Right.
And in fact, I'm going to be playing the whole thing again. Figuring by the time I get done, I'll finally get to play the new one when it shows up in November. And I have not played the original. It comes, you have a little, you can hit one of the buttons and change it back to the original graphics. Or the upscale graphics, yeah. But every so often, I'm like, what did this look like? Oh, well, that's ugly. So,
see, I kind of wish, because I just got the up-res Tony Hawk Pro Skater
right
for my PS5, and that would be a fun option to have, is to like, low res it just to see if there's difference or.
Oh, it's night and day. But the difference, the main reason I bring that up is it's the exact same game,
right?
And I mean, if you've ever, I don't know if you played the original Halo, but it's basically this.
Long time ago.
Step, 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 turn, step, 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 turn,
yeah.
Step, 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 turn, go around in a circle, down, step, step, step. I mean, it's totally a dungeon crawler, and it's made more palatable by the upscaled graphics, but it's still the same game. So if you're talking about, maybe GoldenEye getting people that actually look like they have faces rather than, the Master Control program from Tron,
right?
Then I could see that.
Yeah.
But a whole new version of the game, I think, would undermine what makes that game what it is.
Right. And the fact, I mean, MGM and Dan Jack have already, made their deal with IOI for that brand new one.
Right.
The Project 007. So I'm pretty sure all their chips are on that one, I think, for the time being.
And if they were smart, they would include something in their multiplayer that was like a GoldenEye type, because like Halo's got Slayer and shoddy snipers and all that other thing. Maybe you just have a GoldenEye where you go in there and it's just walking down a tunnel. Oh crap!
Yeah, if they were smart, they maybe that's their end game, is that if you hit like a certain level or you unlock something and suddenly you can kind of like it simulates GoldenEye all of a sudden.
Wouldn't it be badass if, like, you remember the old days with the old Ataris where they'd bury another game inside the existing game?
Yeah.
Like the 5200 had a 2600 version of Pitfall in the 5200 version of Pitfall. Like, you open a door and all of a sudden, boom, you're in the old version from the Nintendo while you're playing it.
That would be amazing.
Wouldn't it though?
If Project 007 had that and it suddenly opened up GoldenEye, that would be fucking fantastic.
Like your training grounds, you were just straight up GoldenEye whenever you had to get trained.
Excellent.
Hey, we should be making video games.
Right? Yes.
Yes.
And finally, also in Bond-related news, I promised we have one good note. We are going to end on a good note here. Pop culture historian and real deal James Bond scholar. I'm not going to say any more regarding that term. This guy is the real deal. Alan J. Porter, who, along with his wife and writing partner, Gillian J. Porter, just released their new book, The James Bond Lexicon, the unofficial guide to the world of 007 in movies, novels, and comics. And it is fucking cool. And let me tell you why. So I've been like looking at this thing for the past couple days. It's only just arrived at my house just a few days now. And what's cool about it is just how thorough it is. I mean, it is exhaustive. It's like an encyclopedia for James Bond. And you can look up different iterations of the same character. Like, there's literally pages and pages and pages about James Bond himself and how he's portrayed in different books and comics and movies and cartoons and fucking everything. I mean, this thing has got it all. It's got, and it's got the indexing with which it references stuff is so cool, because I found myself reading about like operations that took place or characters I didn't even know existed. But in every single paragraph, it's got like a little code, and you take that code and you go to the front of the book and it tells you exactly where that came from. And the thing is the write-up on each of these characters or each of these projects is thorough enough that it's interesting in sort of sparking my interest in maybe going and finding whatever book he's referencing.
Okay.
Go get that. It's like, it's suddenly that makes me want to go get that book and find out more. For instance, there's a whole slew of stuff on Moneypenny, like way more than you could possibly imagine. I mean, it covers like Lois Maxwell, and it covers, Naomi Harris's version of Moneypenny. But it also covers comic book versions. There's a series of books called the Moneypenny Diaries. So there's all this. And while I was reading through that, like, I was like, that looks cool. Like, maybe I can get this book, even if it's just like a Kindle version of it or something, just like pick it up real quick so I can, read it or whatever. So, right. And it's got illustrations in it, some really great illustrations in it. But it's just really cool, because you can literally you flip through it and find stuff that like will kind of spark your interest in maybe something that you've never knew even existed, that you can go seek out. And it's sort of like this sort of a gateway into entertainment, James Bond related, that you didn't even know, was there. So kind of cool. So I posted a picture of it on our Instagram page.
Yeah.
This book. And I had a little chat with Mr. Porter, actually. I was kind of starstruck a little bit. I was like, oh my God, he's talking to me. Like, the author is talking to me. And there might be more to come between the CIC and Mr. Porter. So
interesting.
So that could be a thing. I don't know yet. But something to think about, kids. Anyway, I highly recommend the book. It's awesome. You can get it on Amazon. It's not that much. I can't remember exactly what the price is, but it's for how big that book is. I mean, it's thick. It's probably like 2 inches thick. It's a big book, and it's illustrated. And
if you're awesome. A Bond fan and you're you have enough knowledge, but there's always those little gaps. It sounds like it's the perfect thing to be able to go, what is this? Or where am I remembering this from?
Right.
And you can just go in and use it to jog your memory, which,
right.
You know, I have a number of Star Trek books that do the exact same thing. Mm-hmm. You know, even though I like to pride myself in what I know, there are sometimes things that I can't remember or some minutia that I wasn't aware of that, you know, you can go pull out the Star Trek encyclopedia and go, oh.
Well, and it's perfect for me or us simply because we're not the scholars.
We are. No, we have talked about how unscholarly we are.
We are so unscholarly. We are unscholarly as fuck. And so it's a good reference, book for us. So, or especially for me. So once again, the name of the book is James Bond Lexicon, the unofficial guide to the world of 007 in movies, novels, and comics. And it's by Alan J. Porter and Gillian J. Porter, his wife and long-term writing partner. So go get it on Amazon. It's really great, actually. But I think that pretty much wraps it up for us this go around. We've got lots of stuff coming, I promise. I really do promise. But finally, we are always looking for listener interaction to tell us how you like the podcast, or if you have some ideas. We are taking a certain listener up on one of his ideas in the near future on a movie review. So we do listen, and we will oblige. But our email is cicdeaddrop@gmail.com. Our Instagram is Central Intelligence Cinema, spaced by underscores. And our Twitter is @CIC SpyPod. Also, if you do enjoy the podcast, we would love it if you chose to help us out by giving us a glowing 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts, so that our show gets seen more often when people search for stuff like this. Any last thoughts, Jason?
The sky is blue, not because the water reflects off of the molecules, but rather the fact that blue is the only color that comes through.
Smart words from a smart man.
I don't know about that.
Well,
on that note,
with that, I'm Ben.
And I'm Jason.
And the CIC will return with more missions, more martinis,
and more mayhem.